The disease of white people is racism. That was coined by Albert Einstein, and that's what I'm going to do for the next 4 weeks. I'm going to do a series talking about just that. Stay tuned. Welcome, brothers and sisters, to the Smart Sister Show. And I am happy to be here celebrating Black History Month with my peeps. However, what I want to do, and I know there are so many people we need to learn about that we have no idea of the greatness of our people, and I commend everybody for doing that. However, the way I want to spend the month is for us to talk about the hatred of white people. Now, I know some of y'all are going to be like, oh, now, why there y'all go talking about that stuff again? And yeah. No. The problem with a lot of us, unfortunately, is we suffer from intergenerational trauma caused by the hatred of white people, yet we don't want to deal with it. And those varying degrees of dealing with it are the reasons why we got niggers, Negropens, coons, the whole spectrum of black folks, that how they deal with it. Okay, and so that is what I want to do this month, is to try to get more of you to understand what truly has happened to you. Now, a lot of us will say, oh, well, there you go, talking about slavery. It's more than slavery. That's the beginning. We ain't talking about from 1619 to now. That's what you need to understand. And hopefully, if you have a better understanding of what really happened to us as a people, then we can start healing that and get to where we got to go. Some of y'all ain't never gonna heal. Some of y'all love white folks. You want to stay with white folks. You don't want to rock the boat. You gonna be with Master to the end. And that's okay if that's what you want to do. But don't get in the way of the rest of us. See, that's what happens too much with us. There's always that one that's going to go back and tell every damn thing. Or either they going to be a bootlick and take any little crumbs they get thrown, and they will throw us under the bus. See, that's what I want us to start understanding, the extent to which we have been damaged. And why that comes across. All of y'all are talking about, how black folks can't unite. We ain't got no unity. We ain't... Defy the lie. See, we have accepted that lie for a long time, that we are inferior. Let's just go and call it as we see it. And I don't give a damn how conscious, Hotep-ish, or whatever. A lot of us still got that base little inferiority thing going. So that's why a lot of Hoteps get caught all up into trying to defy shit, but yet and still they still treating other black people like white folks. Okay? Your aunt bigger than somebody else's aunt. So you always got to compare and despair, as I say. Or you're picking up the same behaviors that bootlicks and everybody else do. So that is my point. We've got to understand it for what it is, see how it's affected us, see to what extent it has affected your psyche, your family, how you were raised, your relationships, and then and only then will we be able to get rid of this oppression and get where we got to go, because we are great. We have everything we need. We got all the genius, all the everything. Why else do you think white folks try to destroy you so bad if you really wasn't about shit? I've said that a million times. So obviously you got something, because their hatred is for us. They don't like Asian folks. They don't like a lot of other folks, but they have not gone to the extent with other races that they go with us. So it's some deep-seated hatred for us that they don't even have and haven't done to anybody else but us. And what we've got to understand is this has been going on for centuries, okay? So if you can't understand that, then you got a problem and you really need to stay to yourself. And don't get me wrong, I am here. I want to try to help people as much as I can. I want you to even realize that maybe you need to go get therapy. Maybe there's some things, deep-seated things that have happened in your life that you need to deal with. But all I'm saying is we got to understand that a lot of that has to do with how we were raised, how your parents was raised, how your grandparents was raised, and those dysfunctional behaviors get passed on and on and on and on. I mean, you got to realize that white folks dismembered people in front of other black folks on their plantations to put fear in them. You got to realize that white people have used fear for centuries. Against us, against everybody, but especially against us. And see, some of us don't want to deal with the fact that these people cut us up. I just read an account of a slave giving an account of one slave that was a little rebellious and not much, and I think broke a vase or something. Do you know that particular slave owner took an axe and cut the man's feet off? Then he cut his legs up to his knees. Then he cut up to his thighs. Then he cut the head off, cut the arms off. Okay, and all this in front of people. So you know blood was squirting. The man probably just passed out after his feet got cut off from shock. And then guess what he did? Threw each body part into the fire in the cabin. Okay, so that is one instance of some of the garbage and some of the evil that they have perpetrated upon us. And you've got to face it and understand it. Because pushing it on the rug, not wanting to see it, don't want to deal with it, whatever, so I can talk to my white friends. I have white friends. I know how to deal with people, but I also know what I'm dealing with too. And that is what you got to get to. Nobody's telling you to go out and hate like they do. But what I'm telling you is you need to know who your enemy is, was, and always will be. And if you can't accept that, you ain't going to get nowhere, and you're definitely not going to help your people. Because if you want to be in La La Land and deal with shit just to deal, to go along and get along, you will find out they have no respect for you. All these bootlicks and folks just running up behind them. Don't you know white people are saying if they sell out their own people, what will they do to me? They don't trust your dumb black ass. Okay? So you need to understand what the hell is really going on. And Albert Einstein, don't you find it funny? You've never heard about his activism. He signed anti-lynching bills. He testified as a character witness for W.E.B. Du Bois. Okay, it's a lot of different things he did, but what? Do you know about any of that? No, because it's against the white supremacist narrative to have a genius understand racism and talk about it. See, that's the main thing y'all gonna have to get. White folks are going to put their narrative no matter what, no matter how crazy it is, no matter what. These last few happenings since January 6th shows you that. How many of them going to jail? How many of those insurgents, what, I can't even think of the damn word, insurrectionist people are going to get locked up? They don't give a damn. They use them to put forth their narrative. They're always going to do that. They've always done it. That's the thing. Don't you see How is the same shit over and over and over and over and over? They do the same shit all the time. And then we still sitting back shocked and appalled and, ooh, I can't believe. Why can't you believe what these people have done? They have been evil as hell. So y'all gonna sit up here and say, okay, you are racist because all white people ain't like that. I didn't say they were, but they sure in the hell have benefited from it. And if so many good white folks are around, why is this shit still going on? Because very few people have the integrity to go against their own privilege. I'm not saying I look at a John Brown or whoever that died back in the day. That was one that stood by what he believed for black folks and died for it. I'm not saying that's not possible. Because hell, there's a lot of black folks ain't willing to die for shit either. Okay? However, all the good white folks can look the other way, can change the narrative, can do something else and not have to face their bullshit too. And that's all I'm saying. We all got to face all of our shit, or this thing is not gonna work, and it's gonna be a hot damn mess, which it already is. So once again, let me just say this. Every Wednesday for the next 3 weeks after this week, I'm gonna talk about instances of the hatred of white folks, so you can understand it and get it in your craw, and maybe it will inspire you to do more for your own liberation and the liberation of your people. Okay, if you can't get mad, if you don't even know what the hell happened to you, how are you gonna fight anything? And then to the white folks watching this, it's time for you to own up to your shit of you, your ancestors, the whole system. And if you're not willing to take it down, get rid of some of your privilege and make some shit happen, you need to sit the fuck down too. Because we've been talking this kumbaya shit for centuries. Okay? So that is it this time. I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to keep it kiss, keep it simple, stupid. And we gonna get through this, people, and so we all can heal, because that's what it's gonna take. And I ain't talking about the shit Biden is talking about, because he's talking about glazing shit over. I'm talking about black people understanding what has truly happened to you and healing yourself, because most of us are broken. This shit is in our DNA, okay? Like I said, him chopping up a person in front of people and children, that's some evil shit, and it happened all the time. So we have that shit in our DNA, and we've got to defy it. We've got to make sure that we heal ourselves so we can be healed individually, so we can be together in relationships, in positive, good relationships with black men and black women, and then from there, black families, and then from there, the black community. And then from there, the black nation. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we got to do. And it's time, people. It's time. So I will see y'all in a few when I will get back to my political commentary. And please go to my YouTube station, the Smart Sister Show. And I always say station, I mean channel. And subscribe so you can get notifications. And you can like, not like, whatever these videos do for you. All I'm trying to do is get you to think. That's it. You don't have to agree, but we've got to learn how to agree to disagree. So go there, follow me on Twitter @SmartSister. Same thing on Instagram. And I'm thinking about starting to do a live show one day in the week too. So I always feel free to email me at smartsisterT@gmail.com and give me any ideas or areas you like for me to cover, and then maybe we can start building this community and working together to heal each other and to move forward. Okay? So you all have a good one.